Spring forward to the idea of getting on board a subscription service for movies. If you're looking still to fall back on your physical media, what's inside the Horror Pack, the monthly horror movie subscription service? I'll be happy to provide any A's for the Q's you may have. One person's already asked the question, what's inside the Horror Pack? The A I can provide your Q's, sir, is the fact that every single month, Horror Pack will deliver 4 horror titles. Oh, the same individual has also asked, what format do they also ship? Thank you for reading the script, sir. You can also either have this in DVD or Blu-ray. I just prefer myself to have this delivered in Blu-ray, but you can have it either way. In fact, I've seen some people doing unbaggings of these where they've actually unbagged both DVD and Blu-ray, because sometimes there are formats, of course, movies in formats that haven't yet been released in Blu-ray. With hopefully all of those cues now been answered, we're all good? Okay, there's a couple more hands. We're going to push forward, though. If you do have still a couple of more questions, I'd be more than happy to answer it after the show. We're going to go ahead and reach off to the side here. I'm going to grab myself my knife here. This is McCutcheon's, by the way. I'm going to carefully slice the plastic on the side. If you have already subscribed to the Horror Pack, congratulations. You get a random selection of titles, like I said, to your doorstep every single month. Don't worry, you can provide the link down below. I will provide the link down below if you guys are interested in subscribing. The first one we are having a look at is The Breach. This is from writer Nick Cutter, executive producer / and director Rodrigo Godino. It's a Raven banner release and presents The Breach. On the back, a horribly disfigured corpse of a scientist, Cole Parsons, has washed up in a canoe, and a small-town officer, John Hawkins, is upriver, okay, to the victim's cabin and investigate. When John and his team arrive, they immediately start experiencing weird phenomena. Wasps everywhere, hideous drawings all over the house, and a machine in the attic that appears to be a gateway to another dimension. However, all these discoveries pale in comparison when they come face to face with Cole Parsons, very much alive. But while he may look like Cole, there's an evil lurking within him that is spine-chilling. So now the team must get themselves out of hell alive. That is, if Cole and his machine will let them. Seems interesting enough. These features, by the way, is making of, featurette, behind the scenes, and filmmakers' commentary with trailers. The release date for this is 2023, so it's fairly new, and it's got a runtime of 93 minutes. Have you seen this? Let me know down below. The next one we're going to pull out is The Last Victim, starring Ali Larter, Ron Perlman, and Ralph Ineson. I haven't actually heard of this gentleman before, but I certainly know Ron Perlman and Ali Larter. Was a big fan of her in Final Destination. She was also in Heroes. On the back, a very small read-up. In this stylized neo-Western thriller, a group of modern-day outlaws and their terrifying leader are pursued by a local sheriff played by Ron Perlman after committing a horrific crime in a desolate southwest town. When a professor and her husband cross paths with their criminals, everyone is drawn into a spiral of violence and retribution where morality becomes ambiguous and survival is the only option. This was released in 2021. I don't see a runtime for this. It may involve me having to lift up the sleeve here. Runtime for this is, actually it says right here 2022, even though maybe that's when the movie was made. This was when it was distributed. You got a runtime though of 111 minutes. Special features include director's commentary. Seems interesting enough, and I always appreciate when you get a slip cover. I have a thing for slip covers. In fact, actually, I just recently, not that anyone really cares, but I just recently picked up a couple of Star Trek 4K movies over on Amazon. I got all the ones I was still needing to get, and I noticed that 2 of them didn't have slip covers. It's now going to drive me bananas. The next title we have inside is Craving, the Horror Pack Limited Edition Blu-ray. The sheer amount of splatter is just awe-inspiring. I'm already sold. A group of drug addicts are besieged by a group of mysterious figures inside a rural bar. As withdrawal starts to set in on the patrons, the staff and the group are armed invaders. And a group of armed invaders inside a rural bar must identify the bloodthirsty psycho among themselves before it's too late. Got a little tied up there. Special features include the audio commentary with director Jay Horden, interviews with Kevin Caliber, Ashley Undercuffler, and theatrical trailer. This was only actually 84 minutes. That's a pretty short movie to have to sit through. And it's got its release date is 2023. So it just came out last year. The last one we have inside is a movie I already have, Black Friday. If you haven't seen Black Friday, give it a watch. It's going to be one of those annual traditions for me. It's basically, without even reading the back, it's basically a store that stays open for Black Friday sales, and all the customers start becoming a little weird. And of course, the people that work there, including Dǝvᴉous Assᴉsthteont, who many of you probably already know from the Final Destinations and the various Chucky seasons. Michael J. White's in this, Ryan Lee. But the most important thing is Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell plays the store. I guess he's the store general manager. I want to say that hilarity ensues. It's actually a really good movie. On Thanksgiving night, a group of disgruntled toy store employees begrudgingly arrive for work to open the store at midnight for the busiest shopping day of the year. Meanwhile, an alien parasite crashes to Earth in a meteor. A group of misfits led by the store manager Jonathan, played by Bruce Campbell, and longtime employee Ken, played by Dǝvᴉous Assᴉsthteont, soon find themselves battling against hordes of holiday shoppers who have been turned into monstrous creatures hell-bent on a murderous rampage on Black Friday. Couldn't have said it better myself. In fact, it did say it's better than myself. Runtime for this is only 80 minutes, and it was released in 2021. This would actually be a good movie to go hand in hand with Thanksgiving. You could watch Black Friday first, you could then watch Thanksgiving second, and you can ring in the holiday Thanksgiving festivities where you're thankful for things. I'm certainly thankful for the titles that we got this time around, even though we are looking at this in obviously April, and we're not talking about Thanksgiving just yet. We did get ourselves Black Friday. Yes. Also got ourselves Craving, Last Victim, and The Breach. Have you seen any of these films? Let me know down below what you guys thought of them. And also, again, if you guys are interested and would like to subscribe to the Horror Pack, you could get all of these and more. You will not get these next month. Obviously, it's going to be a random selection every single month, and the likelihood would be very, very low. A percentage of a percentage of a percentage that you probably would get these titles again. So even though you may have missed your chance to get these selections, you can always subscribe, like I said, to the Horror Pack and get the selection offered up for the month of May. If you guys also as well enjoyed this video, I want to throw it a like. If you guys are loving the content you guys are seeing, I know the person's over there still got his hand up. We're running out of time. The lights are already kind of starting to turn off. The snack table, whatever's left of it, has already been dumped in the trash. I'm afraid we're going to have to wait to answer your question for the next video. Oh, he just sort of threw his hands up. I can relate, sir. We never have time for anything anymore. But yes, we are going to have more things coming your way. So, of course, making sure you're hitting that subscribe, making sure you're turning on the bell notification. But most importantly, making sure you're coming back here on a regular basis. As always, guys, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.